Bitcoin.
Bitcoin, it's all the rage, but what the hell is it?
Bitcoin, the currency, is email. It's not the real invention. It's the first application of that invention.
Dear money.
What is money? What does it represent? How did society come to develop such a system for exchanging goods and measuring their value? As is the case in any field of study, figuring out how something functions is often best approached by examining cases where the system hasn't worked.
The technologist, entrepreneur, and Bitcoin expert, Andreas Antonopoulos.
Bitcoin today is not Bitcoin of 2009. It's growing, it's evolving, it's developing new capabilities and features. We can see a world where the idea of currency choice subverts the very concept of a national currency monopoly.
A Bitcoin can be sent directly from one owner's digital wallet to another, anywhere in the world, without going through financial institutions.
No government, no central bank.
A government is only concerned with perpetuating itself and maintaining power. The most basic way it does this is by controlling the currency of the nation, regulating it, and taxing the citizens.
Had started looking at Bitcoin as an alternative mechanism. And so I wasn't interested in gambling. And therefore I missed it. I read about it. I was like, nerd money for gambling. Just ignored it. 6 months later, I read another article right at the beginning of 2012. And this time, for whatever reason, I went and read the Satoshi Nakamoto white paper. I wanted to read the original scientific paper to understand what this was, because the fact that there was a scientific paper behind it made me think maybe there's something more to this than simply, a flimsy system of money. Maybe it's something kind of like DigiCash. Maybe there's been some advances in cryptography. I read the paper, and halfway through the paper, it just went boom in my head. Like, okay, first of all, this isn't a currency. It's a network. Secondly, it's a network that solves distributed consensus. This is huge.
The more important question is whether cryptocurrencies can become money. That's where the insistence that money must be backed by something real must be put away.
If you understand what Bitcoin is, and you understand that it's a peer-to-peer digital currency, and you understand that if you want to have a digital currency that's decentralized, then you need some kind of database to store how much money everyone has, right? Like if I have 100, digital Bitcoin dollars or digital whatever, cash, and I send 100 to you, and I also send the same 100 to someone else, then those are two transactions, either one of which is illegal by itself, but both of which are illegal in combination because they'd be turning 100 units of cash into 200. And this is the classic double spending problem, and in order to solve it, you basically need to have some system that keeps track of, have these coins already been spent? How much money do I actually have at any given time? How much money do I have the right to spend at any given time? And you can very easily do this with a centralized server, but if you want to do this in a way that's decentralized, which is, Bitcoin's original point in the spirit of things like BitTorrent, it's actually a very hard computer science problem to figure out how to do it. And
For any currency to be viable, be it a decentralized cryptocurrency issued by a computer program or a traditional fiat currency issued by a government, it must win the trust of the community using it. Trust is at the core of any system of money. For it to work, people must feel confident that a currency will be held in the right esteem by others.
So I've got some Bitcoins. Can you show me how I would spend some if I went into the deep web and went on the Silk Road?
I can show you how to buy something not illegal if you'd like.
Yeah,
Sure.
sure. Done. We're going to buy something not illegal.
Not illegal. Yes.
Just like any other online marketplace, you need to set up a username and password.
You're in, that easy.
There's the Silk Road Anonymous Market. I can get drugs, alcohol, apparel, art, biotic materials, books, collectibles, computer equipment, custom orders, digital goods, drug paraphernalia, electronics, erotica, forgeries, hardware, herbs and supplements, jewelry, lab supplies, lotteries and games, medical money, packaging services, writing.
The problem with cryptocurrency is not just the fact that it's backed by nothing, but there is no privacy. None. If the governments control and monitor all electronic and computer media, then there is no such thing as privacy regarding electronic currency. This will be the death of cash and thus the death of any privacy for citizens. There will be no hiding from the taxing authorities. All the accounts will be monitored, taxed on any growth and every single penny accounted for. The government will know what work you do, for how much and how much cryptocurrency you have.
So what if there were a vast global distributed platform that ran a ledger, basically like a spreadsheet that everyone could see, that didn't run on one system, one bank system, one government system, but ran on every single computer around the world, and wasn't only open to a few, but was open to everybody. Where not just information like emails and PDFs and websites and voice over IP, but literally anything of value. So of course money and stocks and bonds and financial assets, but also titles and deeds, intellectual property, scientific discoveries, even votes in an election could be moved, stored, and managed privately and securely, and where trust was not established by an intermediary, but rather through mass collaboration, clever code, and cryptography.
Bitcoin has something to offer. A remarkable capacity to facilitate low-cost, near-instant transfers of value anywhere in the world. This will eventually make this technology, if not Bitcoin itself, widely sought after.